No, we made a determination early on in the process that we were not going to go for LEED certification. Actually, we were well into the design phase when the discussion came up about that, and what we determined at the time was that to go back and replicate what was necessary by the designers for LEED certification, because there is paperwork that they have to do and different analyses that they have to do, would have been cost prohibitive at that point. So we decided that we would not do that. We would try to do what we could, but one of the things, we certainly have structural steel. The major components of the building are structural steel and concrete, which are very green in the sense of recycling and things of that nature. Also, the upper deck is all aluminum. So that's certainly another area that's a recyclable element. So the building itself is the elements of the building are very green in that regard. There are recycling programs that we go through with our sports service company that does our concessions and our whatnots. But beyond that, it's we did go with Musco Sports Lighting. They offer this is their green package, so it is a cost. They do advertise that as about a 35% cost savings and power savings. They advertise it as cost savings, but it also power saving. So that's one of the areas. And then what we also have evaluated is changing to LED lights. However, the first cost on that at the moment within the entire building was a little bit more than we felt we could deal with. So that's one of the things we're looking about going through as lights burn out. Do we start to change them from regular incandescent halogens? Well, most of them are halogens or fluorescents because we have to do that at this point. There's very few incandescent. So that's one of the requirements as well for energy code, that you have to have that. So we're definitely looking at things going forward. But within the initial design, it was mostly the structure of the building itself.
Well, right now, and I'll say this stadium makes it easy for us because number one, we're one of the greenest stadiums out there from the initiatives that we had as a facility before the place opened. And then number two, with Delaware North Companies, we have our own environmental programs called Green Path, and that's basically to make sure that we're taking care of the environment, and that came as part of our parks division, because we do a lot of national parks like Yosemite, Yellowstone, Kennedy Space Center, and a number of national parks across the country, and that's one of the I'll say mandates that the federal government's looking for us to have green programs, sustainability programs, which we took that and put it into, I'll say, a box and a program called Green Path. So all of our sports and entertainment facilities, we actually have a program called Green Path by the numbers, and it's designed to actually make sure that we're being green and aware of the environment, and more importantly, to get us on the path that we actually get our ISO certification, which we're going through that right now at the stadium, which hopefully we'll get our ISO certification sometime early next year. And that's a number of things that we're doing, working and partnering with the facility. We do currently do composting here. We source out green products. We definitely work with the housekeeping department, make sure that the majority of the items that we use here are recyclable, because we actually they do sorting, that they actually would take the recyclable materials and pick that separately than what's considered trash, and then all the other recyclables, the cardboard, the cans, the bottles, all that stuff is actually broken out. So we work hand in hand with them to make sure that we're doing as much as possible to make that happen. And right now there's only 2 items in the building that's not considered recyclable, which we're working on that right now and actually find the items to replace those, so that way we can truly say that everything that we use is recyclable and or biodegradable. And obviously with the composting program, every scrap of food that we don't actually use, either we donate it back to the local food kitchens, or we actually put it to compost, which actually reduces the amount of waste going into landfills. So
what are the 2 items that you are trying to replace?
it was a nacho tray that we use for our nachos, which we do have a replacement for that, and then the other one was one of the forks in one of our departments, which we did find I'll say a green product, that a corn-based product that can replace that.